Hey, Neen.
Huh? Hi, Steph. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm
Happy
good. Happy Monday,
days.
right? Yeah.
I was gonna say happy Monday, but then I was like, but it's Wednesday
Oh,
for our
that's right.
listeners.
That's
But
true.
happy days are
Yeah.
here again.
Yeah, for real. We are like cruising right into spring and change
Oh,
your clocks. How do you feel about this time of year?
I normally struggle with
Hmm.
it. This is the one that I'm like just when I would work 5 days a week in office, it would
Hmm.
really affect me, and I'd be like, oh my God, for a whole month, I'd be like out of it. I
Hmm.
actually forgot, and yesterday morning I woke up and I was like, wow, I have all this time.
Hmm.
And it wasn't like comprehending. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's right. It was this weekend. So we've been cruising along. Like
Hmm.
we're given an hour,
Hmm.
and I'm not mad because I would love more time. So
Hmm.
it's been good. I've been sleeping good so far.
Hmm.
And yeah, and it's not ugly today. Yesterday it was supposed to rain. I
Hmm.
didn't see that it did, maybe at night, but it was a gorgeous day. And then today it's like sunshine and
I know.
rainbows. So
Hmm.
it's been a good spring forward. How about you?
Yeah, yeah, no, same here. Actually, I love this time of year. But you know what? When it becomes fall, I love
Yeah,
it too. I
me
mean,
too.
I actually was kind of sad when they said they were going to change it and we didn't have to change our clocks
Oh,
because I love doing that.
I do too. It's like this
Hmm.
like little like process that
Hmm.
we like have to like roll all our clocks, but everything's digital in our house now, so
Yeah.
I don't have to do it. So, but I am excited for when we get into Angel's car later. The clock is going to be correct, so that's
Yes,
cool.
exactly. Yeah, no, and for real, like it's one of those things that I feel reminds me, I feel like everything in our childhood has kind of been changed or taken away. Popcorn, 411, like calling in for things
Yeah,
like that. And I feel like the whole thing of changing your clocks, even though
yeah.
we don't really have to do it so much anymore unless you have like a regular, clock with a hand and another hand. Um, then that's different. Or like a little alarm clock that doesn't do it. Because even those nowadays change too.
Themselves, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it just kind of like takes the fun out of it. But I just love the way the time, I love long days.
Me too.
Like, even though by the time it's like 7, sometimes it's like already 8. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm running out of time,
Yes.
because it's like,
Yes.
but it's okay because that means summer's approaching.
That's your time. I know. I
Yes.
know you're ready.
Hmm.
You know me, I love fall. Fall, I am just like, I wake up and I'm just like, oh, I'm so
Hmm.
excited. I love the colors and everything, but I do love spring. Like, I
Yeah.
love spring. I love the flowers. I
Hmm.
love Easter. Like, I love like the Cadbury eggs.
Hmm.
I love this time of year. It's just so pretty and like
It
everything's
is.
just so nice. And Angel, for her birthday, I've just been getting her a bunch of garden like stuff, like for
Hmm.
her to play with the balconies and downstairs. I got her some really nice like pots, and this trellis thingy, and she's just been having a
Hmm.
ball like planting like stuff, and she's so
No.
excited. We got a tomato this year's tomato bush, but for up
Hmm.
just to see her all like, I'm so happy. And I'm like, oh my God, I
Hmm.
love spring. So like it's such a happy time. I'm very
It
happy.
is. Yeah. It's in the air. It even smells like spring. It's
It
just,
does.
yeah, it makes me happy that I could go sit outside now,
Oh,
and envision, like, I love, like, we have these new projects, like, just, we were sitting outside a couple days ago and I was like, oh, Tony's like, oh, I want to make this. I want to make a fountain. I want to do this. And I go and I'm like envisioning the plants. Because,
yeah.
before, and I don't know, like, with your plants, like, for
Yeah.
me, I try to get things that were hardy so they would last forever, right?
Right.
And I kind of realized, like, especially around here with the heat, it's kind
Yeah.
of impossible. So now I understand why people do annuals, or
Mm.
what's the other one? There's annuals and like
I want to say
something else.
perennial, but
Yeah, it is
okay.
perennial. Yeah. So those make more sense over here.
Yeah.
So this way, everything goes dormant anyway in the winter, but now I could like bring out all the pretty colors and stuff. Oh,
Yes.
I'm just so in love with
Oh,
it.
like the
Yeah.
tulips, and
Mm-hmm.
stupid me. So like daffodils, they're so happy and
Mm-hmm.
beautiful,
Oh,
right? So
love it.
couple years ago we got some daffodil bulbs and like they were so pretty and yellow and happy. Well,
Hmm.
then I thought they died. So it was like all like brown. I was like, I was so irritated and I just grabbed it. I was about to chuck it and she goes, "No, don't throw
Hmm.
it away. They go to sleep." And I
Hmm.
go, "Okay, well, can I put it out of my face? Because right now this is ugly." So like I put it
Uh-huh.
on I just abandoned it on one of the balconies, like the front balcony. And I was just like, I don't want to see it. But then she recently put it over here and she's redoing the front, this balcony. And
Hmm.
she put it up and blah, blah, blah. I'm going outside and I turn and I'm like, we have daffodils. And then she's like, yeah, they woke up. They're
Oh, I love
happy and they're
that. That's so
awake
cute.
now. And I'm like,
Hmm.
okay. That is so cute because I
That is
didn't know
cute.
that about daffodils. Just like before Angel, I didn't know much about orchids. So
Hmm.
like any orchid that I was ever gifted, I thought kill them, but no,
Hmm.
they were just going to sleep. So my heart hurts for the orchids that I threw away because I was like, are they dead?
I know. And it takes so long for them to wake up,
Yeah,
so you think they just, I mean, obviously there's some that die because you end
yeah.
up, you should still
Over.
water it every now and then, right? And
Right. But then you overwater it and oh my
hmm,
God. I just had an
exactly.
epiphany. I think if I was a flower, I'd be an orchid because I take forever to wake up too.
But thank that was a good one.
I had to.
Oh, I love it. You know what I love though? I don't know if you follow Kat Von D on her Instagram, but
Hmm.
she just moved to Indiana like, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago or whatever it was. And she has this whole, I don't know, I haven't seen her Instagram lately, but she planted, I don't know how many thousands of tulips in her backyard or front yard or whatever. And they were going to be black tulips.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it was just going to be tons, like a whole field of these black tulips. And I think they planted them, I think in like October or November.
Oh,
And so they'd be ready for spring. So I'm gonna have to check. But I'm like, imagine that. I didn't even know they had black tulips, but they
neither
do.
did I.
They're actually like a dark purple, but they look black because they're so dark.
Never have I ever seen them, but I'm gonna look those up. And you know what I just
Mhm.
saw for the first time and I didn't know, but they're like these flowers that grow on a vine that they're called chocolate something and they smell like chocolate.
Yes, yes.
What?
Because they have orchids that smell like chocolate.
And vanilla. I
Yes,
can't
and
find the vanilla ones anywhere.
because they used to sell, I know the chocolate ones at Trader Joe's like a long time ago. I don't know if they do because I think people got wind of them and they're like, ooh, so they're like a hot commodity. But I didn't know about the vanilla.
Yeah, the
That is
vanilla ones.
so
I was about
exciting.
to import them because I found them far away and I was like, oh, oh. But the
Mhm.
chocolate ones I just saw at Home Depot. Like they've been
Oh,
bringing them back.
wow.
So I'm like, oh, so maybe the vanilla like orchids. Like, cause
Ooh.
I love being around things that smell like delicious. Like
Hmm.
we have this plant that smells like it's lavender, but
Hmm.
it smells like honey lavender, which is one of my favorite
Ooh.
scents. So
Oh
whenever I
man,
like
that
rub
sounds
the leaves, I'm
good.
like, so like I love
Right?
having like sweet smelling like out there. It's so
Oh,
nice.
same here. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like jasmine or
Oh,
like honeysuckle. Honeysuckle's my
yes.
favorite. I love
Mm-hmm.
honeysuckle.
Same.
Oh, I just love, oh yeah. I can't handle, I mean, it doesn't really matter, plants that don't smell or flowers that don't smell, but it's
Yeah.
just an extra little like bonus when
Pizzazz.
when they
Little
smell so
razzle
good.
dazzle. Yeah.
Yeah, or like gardenias.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
yes.
No, Angel bought me a honeysuckle bush. It's
Mm-hmm.
called something else, but like
Mm-hmm.
we want to make it so that it climbs up the vine or
Mm-hmm.
the trellis thing. And it every time I go out there, I'm like, oh God,
Mm-hmm.
it takes me somewhere else. Like I'm not
Yeah.
here. I'm like, where
Yeah, for
am I?
real. Exactly, because honeysuckle takes me to Disney because
Oh,
they have honeysuckle throughout the park.
oh.
Yeah, it's like one of the first scents that you smell when you go in. All of the bushes are honeysuckle.
See, for me, I'm blinded by the water. Like
Hmm.
that, so it could smell like everything there. I don't
Hmm.
notice it because I'm just like the water's here, like the
Yeah.
ride.
Oh,
Like
totally. Yeah, exactly. The
I want
Pirates
to
of the
spray it
Caribbean.
and my like all
Yes.
over.
I wish I could just like bottle it up.
That would make such a good like pillow spray. You know, when you go to bed at night, you want to spray your pillows with something so you could sleep really well. I want to
Oh,
do that.
totally. Yes. Yeah, like swampy.
Yeah. Swamp water. Good night.
But it does. It has that distinct, like nostalgic smell. Like
Yeah.
that's the smell even when we were little,
Oh, and
you know?
churros. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Are you guys gonna
God.
go to Disney anytime soon?
I really want to go this year. And
Hmm.
I say that every year, but then it's like when you add it all up, I'm like, then Mexico starts to sound really good. And I'm like, I don't know what to
Hmm.
do. Like,
I know.
but I'm taking a little breaky poo this year from flying anywhere, damn it. Like what did I see? So we talked about the wheel, and then I saw
Hmm.
some other crap the next day. I'm like, you know what?
There was
Where are
just
the
something that happened
people?
today.
Okay, what happened today?
There's a
Jesus.
flight from was it Sydney to, or maybe New Zealand to
Oh my God.
Sydney, Australia, or something, whichever way it was. And they caught turbulence a couple, I don't know how far into the flight, but it dropped, I don't know how many feet unexpectedly. And there was like 50 people that were not in their seatbelts and got really bad injuries.
Okay.
And so
So,
they had to, I think they had to make a U-turn and go back to wherever they were because they were closer. And that's the thing, like I have all these places I want to go. Like
hmm,
I want to go to Bali, I want to go to Thailand, I want to go to like those far places, right? But then
yeah.
I think it's just like Hawaii, because even that gets to my head because you're going over the Pacific. So
Yes.
it's not like you're going to New York where there's land, you
Oh,
know? And it's just like when you're traveling over the ocean and there's nothing, that, where a
yeah,
plane could go for like hours, it's
ugh.
daunting.
I know that things can happen to a person in a car.
Hmm.
It's you're more likely to get in a car accident or you're more likely to get hit by a bus than anything.
Hmm.
That doesn't make it any more like, let me
Right.
just
No,
hop
it
on a
doesn't.
plane right now. I already told Angel, I go, you know what, honey? I'm glad we went to Mexico last summer. I
Hmm.
think I'm gonna need a little break this year. And
Hmm.
she was like, I don't blame you because the
Hmm.
shit that I'm seeing every day, it's like really United. Like
Yeah,
I would
they need
expect
to
that
get
from
their stuff to.
Spirit, but like,
Yes, exactly. Shoot. I mean, they need to get their shit together big time on all aspects. It's just really like, I don't know. And like you said with turbulence, like I've read a lot about it and every pilot is like turbulence are no different than driving and going over like, bumps in the road. It's the same thing. And we try to like avoid it by looking ahead, and we try to go above it or below it depending on the altitude of where we'll
yeah,
hit it, but you get these like phantom things that they fly into and then dropping because I ain't down with the shaky, the
nope.
turbulence, but I ain't the dropping
The
aspect.
dropping is unnecessary.
It is. And when you think of everything in this entire world and everything, I mean, hello, like I said, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the face, China inventing the cloak, okay, the invisible cloak, they can't prevent something. Not saying preventing turbulence. I think it would make me feel better that if you're flying, something can happen to where you would be safe. Maybe not
Right.
100% guarantee, but what's wrong with like an ejectable seat that will turn into a parachute? Something.
You would think like if you can have this thought, like the most trained like person in airplane
Yes,
making should have already
exactly.
thought of that. So what's the holdup? Like
Yeah.
money? I mean, well, look at what Southwest or whatever they did. They just remodeled their plane. They're all ta-da, and the seats look like fucking lawn chairs. Are
Mm.
you ta-da?
Wait,
Like
I didn't see that. Are you serious?
the seats are they look even more less comfortable than they already were. I haven't flown Southwest in 20 years, but
Yeah,
like
same here.
I've seen photos of the chairs and they look like your standard chair. But this now looks like so uncomfortable. It's like so money must be a factor. I
Hmm.
don't know.
Well, and it's crazy the prices too of flights, just even from here to LA or, I mean, within the US, like you used to be able to get good ass flights, but now because of everything else with inflation and gas prices and God knows what, they know people will have to pay them because I just had a friend that was going to North Dakota. I mean, nothing against anybody in North Dakota, but not, I mean, do they have a lot of people flying to North Dakota? Right? And she said the tickets were like $800 or $900. That was the cheapest they could get, and it was a connecting flight.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, and she's like, and she had been looking at these prices for some time. And she was like, they know we're going to pay it. You have to. So why bring the price down?
Yeah.
You
Oh my
know, I'm
God.
just over it.
Very true. Yeah, it's insane. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
would love to go to Disneyland. I've been wanting to go, like, just to go. I want to go for my birthday. I want to go for Pride Night. Like, just
Mm-hmm.
go. We
Oh,
haven't been
yeah.
since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, God, it's so expensive. I'm like, okay, at this rate.
Yeah. Does Kara like Disney?
She did. I mean, she's gone when she was little. She had fun when we went.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great day, but like, it was, yeah, something
Yeah.
that I'm like, I don't want to do this every year. It's too expensive. I'd rather like go. And then whenever we go, I mean, obviously Disneyland's for kids. So
Mm-hmm.
like you're talking to the two of us who don't want to be near kids. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
we're going to the place where kids go. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It
know.
is. It is. I always feel bad. Like, I think about the families that have like more than two or three kids, and like, and that doesn't even include themselves. It's just like,
Yeah.
you're already paying so much for the actual tickets, and then you have to deal with all the stuff inside. Like, if you want a snack, even a bottle of water is like $6. And of course, you could bring your own things, but no one wants to be lagging all that stuff,
I mean,
you know?
but at least they haven't taken that away. I always see funny
Yeah.
videos like online of people like like Latin families bringing like their like feast
Oh,
to like
yeah,
the park and
totally.
stuff.
Hmm.
But like you say, who's gonna want to lug all that? I don't. Like I'm lazy.
No.
I'll just overpay for like mediocre food. It's
No, for
okay.
real. Because I mean, we bring our backpacks, and even then, I'm like, ugh, especially when it's hot and you're going from
Yeah.
place to place. I hate being on a ride and having to like tuck it in. Like, I'm
Uh,
not trying to do that, you
yeah.
know? I mean, for Tony and I and Pretzel, like, we love going to Disney. Tony would go there every week if he could. And honestly, if you're going to be that type of family, it pays off to get the annual pass because the
Hmm.
amount you pay for that, I mean, the sky's the limit to how many times you could go.
Right.
It's like you kind of, and it's nice if you live in LA too, you get like a
Yes.
huge percentage off.
Yes.
So there is some perks, but it's still kind of, I don't know, it's kind of sad how expensive it is because some people can't. Why? Why even try? Like
I know.
it's just too much. You know what I hate? This is a pet peeve of mine with Disney is that if I don't want to go the whole day, you should have the option to pay for a half day ticket.
You should. I don't understand why that's not a thing.
Yeah, and it should. And we had gone one time and we ended up just passed by and we went to downtown Disney. And Tony was like, let me see if they'll give us an option to get like a ticket because we were there, I think at like 6 o'clock. And the park doesn't close till midnight. So they're like, we
Right.
could just like walk around, at least hit Pirates, whatever. They're like, no, sorry, you have to pay full price. He's like, okay, bye. I'm like, that's so dumb. Like, if anything, they would be making more money.
How much is it now to get in? Is it less than 100?
So they say, okay, they say I believe it's like $79 for one
Really?
person. No, that's what they say for one day for one park. But it's really only that price if you pay for multiple days, like a multiple day pass. So if you're gonna do one day plus the other park, okay, it's like about per person about $170.
I'll be
Mm-hmm.
in Mexico. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. It's pricey. And I mean, so for one, I think one park, I want to say it's like 140 something.
Oh my God.
Or I
That
think
is
and it
dramatic.
fluctuates depending on the day and time of year. So I want to say it could even get as high as like 225.
I'm tired. That just
Yeah.
exhausted. And I never ever, I only ever see Daisy Duck and the parade
Mm-hmm.
if I'm lucky. So bye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just, yeah, it's unfortunate. They really, when you calculate how much money they make a day around the world,
Oh,
they could do something because you're not,
they
and then not to mention the parking you have to pay for.
Puta madre.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so whatever. I know.
Oh, that just made my like skin crawl. I can't believe how much money a place could generate. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think like Universal's fun. I love doing the tram and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I think that's why that's such a hot commodity too for a lot of families because it's a lot cheaper. You could get the season or annual pass at
Mm,
Costco, so that's more, affordable, makes more
mm.
sense,
Yeah,
but still, if you're gonna spend that much money, might as well make it memorable and take an actual vacation somewhere.
very true. I have a question though for you.
Hmm.
Have you ever taken the Greyhound bus?
No.
So,
Like you mean like to a destination for a
yeah,
trip?
yeah.
No, I've only done it with school.
So like, cause you know how I'm like I don't want to fly anywhere. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, is the Greyhound safe today? Like what kind of what
Oh,
kind
you
of
guys should take a
characters would I find?
train.
Well, we were talking about doing a train trip, like
Hmm.
one of those luxury trains and going somewhere.
Yes.
But the one thing about that, and I told her, we actually had this conversation yesterday, but I told her, I go, that factors and eats into your vacation time. So
Hmm.
like, there that you have to take that into consideration. So
Hmm.
being as scared as I am, I might just say fuck it and get on the plane. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it depends on where we're going, like how
Hmm.
long, like if it's a train, a 5 hour train, right? Where is that going? You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
so I wanna
Yeah, I think,
maybe go if
I
it's
think the
fast.
best way to do it though, and like, because I've known a few people that have done that.
Yeah.
Had a friend that lived in New Mexico, or her family
Mm,
lived there, and she said it's the most beautiful train ride that you can ever take, either that
yeah.
way or even up north.
Okay.
And the secret to that, like, because I think the one in New Mexico takes about a day, but she says you get a late train and you just sleep on it and then you have an additional maybe 6 hours on the train. Like you wake up, it's beautiful. Like you go through like the Rocky Mountains or whatever, and it's just
Oh,
gorgeous. So like, and I would say like do it on a Friday night and then
yeah.
Saturday doesn't really,
Count.
factor in. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I was curious because like
Hmm.
I the reason why about the Greyhound that makes me feel like a little like I would want to maybe do I've taken it to Reno like in
Hmm.
my early
Right.
in my early 20s, but
Uh-huh.
like I don't know how it is today, so I was wondering if you had.
No, the idea of a greyhound makes me car sick
Oh,
because
okay.
I don't they seem stuffy. I
Okay.
maybe and maybe it's because I was traumatized in school. There was no
Yeah.
AC
Oh, that
and
makes
like,
sense.
and I feel like
Yeah.
sometimes the seats are so close. I get a little
Yeah.
claustrophobic,
Yeah.
so
Oh, that makes sense.
yeah. But I mean, hey, it's the way to go. My uncle does it all the time. He loves it and it's cheap,
Okay. Something to
so
consider.
yeah. I
A little
mean,
weekend.
there's options and I know they go a lot of places,
Okay. Good to know. Good to
so
know. Thanks for that.
yeah, no problem. Oh man, but I'm actually really excited about our topic today, Steph.
Oh, I am too, actually. I just think it's, we're in that age, I guess. No, we're not. Stop it, Steph. Okay, hold on. I had a pep talk myself.
Hmm.
Um, because okay, so we're talking game shows of
Hmm.
a couple game shows of the 90s, and
Yeah.
you know, it's not just for people like, retirees to enjoy. People who
No.
are in their 20s love this. People who are homesick from school love to watch game
Hmm.
shows. So it's
Yes.
for it's not age discriminatory, I would say.
No, not at all. I mean, are you a game person in reality? Do you like doing games?
Yeah, I mean, I know people who will host game nights and stuff, and
Hmm.
hearing that, I'm like, what? Like,
Hmm.
okay, but then when I go, it's fun. So like,
Hmm.
and so I guess I like it, I guess. I
Hmm.
have, and I do have a little bit of a competitive streak once I get going in the game, so
Hmm.
it's fun.
Hmm.
But yeah, I do like it, and I really like trivia games. That's my bread and butter. I love that
Hmm.
stuff. What about
Ooh,
you?
yes. I do like I love game night. I
Okay.
don't do it often. I mean, I can't remember the last time I did it, but I do love the whole idea of it. I love doing it like on my I had a Wii before, so I had Family Feud. I had like a couple things on there. But I grew up
Nice.
watching a whole like we both I'm sure did growing up watching game shows, especially when I was with my grandma. She was always watching Price is
Oh,
Right and Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy with my uncle, and my aunt next door, which I was so bored by, you know.
Jeopardy.
Because I was like, oh, this is horrible. But I do like, I like any type of games. Presley loves games. And I don't know, the games too of today, it was hard to get into some of them because they're a little bit just kind of, but now they're bringing back all the ones we were used to.
Uh-huh. Exactly. Because
Hmm.
why? Everything is just better in the 90s.
Yes, exactly. They were genius and they were simple.
Yeah, they
It
were.
wasn't
And
complicated.
it wasn't complicated. The people that they must have had to vet, like
Mhm.
it's a lot of it's not complicated, but it's a lot of work because you want to make sure you get like good people
Yes.
participating because it's TV and you want to have
Hmm.
fun and laugh and
Oh,
whatever. So
yeah.
I mean, when I was a little kid, I really liked watching Jeopardy, but then when I got older, I was bored.
Hmm.
And then now, I mean, I don't watch game shows today because I don't have TV, like I don't have cable. I'm sure I could
Hmm.
access it on my various apps that I have, but I
Hmm.
don't think to do that.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, like and who doesn't think fondly of the hosts? The
Oh,
hosts have a lot
yeah,
to do with it. Who was your
exactly.
favorite like game show host?
Oh, trying to think. I'd have to say actually, okay, if I were to actually, it was Bob Barker.
Oh,
I just thought he was adorable. And I loved how at the end he was like such an advocate for animals. And he was always reminding people to spay and neuter their dogs and their cats, which is
yeah.
so important. But he was such a dot, like
Yeah.
super adorable. And he just, he had like a dry sense of humor, you know?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think and I think too why I loved him so much was too because it just reminds me of my childhood. When I think of Bob Barker, it's always like whenever I was homesick, at my grandma's house, there he came, same style, that his microphone was
Mike, I
yes.
loved the hell out of that mic. It was
Mm-hmm.
different. Nobody else had a microphone like that.
Exactly.
Maybe
Yeah.
Casey Kasem did when he did
Mm-hmm.
but
Bands
like that
was
that
it that
yes.
bandstand, American Bandstand or whatever?
Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
like that mic was very iconic.
Yeah, it
I
was a
feel like
signature.
yeah, and I feel like if you were to be on a game show and one
Mm-hmm.
of the clues was that microphone, anyone could
Mm-hmm.
name who the host
Oh,
is.
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, and he did a lot. Like he
Yeah.
was on that show forever. But who was your favorite host?
Alex Trebek.
Yeah, he was a dot too. Ugh.
He is such a little baby. I
And
love him
handsome.
so. Yes, yes. I,
Hmm.
I I truly adored him. Oh my God. Yeah.
Hmm.
So he was my favorite. And coming in a close second is Pat Sajak.
Yeah. Hmm. Totally. Pat Sajak. I saw him. So when I was younger, my uncle used to he works for Moscone Center and they like put in all the shows and everything that come into the city.
Mm,
And they were setting up for the Palace of Fine Arts,
okay.
and Wheel of Fortune was coming. So was it Wheel of Fortune? Not Wheel of Fortune. Wait, yeah, Wheel of Fortune with Pat
Yeah.
Sajak.
Yeah.
Um, and so he got free tickets.
Oh
So
my
a whole bunch
God.
of us, like from my family, went and watched the taping, and we did like seven shows, I think it was. It was
Well,
really cool.
how old are you?
I was like 11 or
Oh my God, that is so
or maybe I was in
cool.
high school. I think I was in high school, so maybe like 15 or something, but it was so fun.
That is
And you saw us in the
amazing.
audience, we're like, ah.
Oh my God. Do you have this cassette tape? Because I mean, videotape, because I know they don't give it to you. Like,
Mm-mm. They tell you the
oh,
date that it's going to air, but that's it. And I don't know. It was funny. You see us all on the line.
that is amazing.
Ah, That's hilarious.
Amazing. That's
Hmm.
amazing. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I would love to be on a game show. Like, how
Hmm.
fun would that be? Oh,
Oh, totally. Yeah. And it's one of those things I think too that's kind of like exciting to be on a game show, but it could also be a curse for many. Like when you win something, like my cousin was on, what was he on? Price is Right. Yeah, he was on Price is Right and he won. He didn't win anything big, but he did make it to like, I don't know, something. But for people that win like cars and stuff, I mean, hell, they have to pay all the taxes on that, you
yeah,
know?
the big
So,
prizes, you're kind of just walking away with like maybe 20% of whatever you're
mm-hmm,
winning. So,
exactly. But I don't know. It's fun though. I wouldn't mind I would love to be on Price is Right.
yeah, I would love like I don't know, just like tell me what you won and you won a washer and dryer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's just so cool. I know I can
Yeah.
hear the music right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Right? Dun, 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 dun. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
man.
What was your favorite game on Wheel of Fortune?
Oh my God. I liked the
Not Wheel of Fortune. Sorry. What's the other one?
Jeopardy.
No. Price is Right. You know how they all have all the different kinds of different types of games?
I don't remember the show, honestly, because I remember watching it when I was little. I don't remember
Hmm.
watching it much in the 90s, honestly. Like I
Gotcha.
thought I thought it was trivia.
So they no, so with Price is Right, they had a whole bunch of different showcases that would come out, and they had like one where they had Plinko, where you have to climb up this thing, and you have the
Oh, I
little
don't remember any
coins,
of that.
and they go down, and then the little coin or whatever will land in either zero or I think it's like 500 to like 1500, and you could win money. So, and it's just like that, or they have like guess the price, you know,
Oh, I don't
high or
remember.
low. Oh my
I
God,
do
it's so
not
exciting.
remember. I just remember seeing, was it always three teams?
No, so it was like so what you would have is a panel of people that they would call everybody's name,
Okay.
and then they had to come, they brought out maybe like a refrigerator, and
Mm-hmm.
all those people had to try and guess the price. So the
Okay.
person closest to that price would then be able to go and do the showcase showdown. And they would go and then they'd have their own individual little game that they had to play. And if you made it, you then got to spin the wheel,
Oh,
and whoever got closest to a dollar would win, and they would be sent to like the very last part where they had all these prizes, and whoever picked the highest priced or the closest price to whatever, the cumulative price for that showcase, they would win it or they would lose depending on what they wagered.
holy crap. Okay, so is this where Supermarket Sweep got its like inspiration?
Maybe, probably. I could, because there is some similarities with that for
Yeah.
sure, especially the guessing of, the
The
prices and
prices, yeah.
mhm.
What about you? What was your favorite part of The Price is Right? Like, because you know it, damn.
I've watched it so much. And it's funny when I was little, I was like tortured by it because I always had to watch it. I think my favorite was the end where you would see all the different prices and then you see what they offer. It's like a trip, a car, and there's always one showcase that's way better than the other one.
Um,
And if you get a higher, like whoever I guess had the better game, they could choose to keep that or they pass it to the next person.
okay.
So it was always fun trying to guess.
That
No.
is, yeah. And
Mhm.
now you're reminding me of another game show that they used to make fun of in other TV shows, the Pyramid Game.
Oh my God, I love Pyramid.
Yeah, and was that with
Yes.
prices? No, not prices. You would guess without saying what the
Yes,
word is, like
exactly.
charades?
Kind of. So they
Not
basically
really.
would have a whole bunch of clues and the person next to you, so you're sitting side or face to face with someone,
Yeah.
and someone has the clues and the other person has to guess what they're trying to say. So the person with the clues cannot say the word or anything like that. So say you're trying to say like, I don't know, tornado. You could say Kansas, Dorothy, Wizard of Oz, storm, and they have to guess it. And then
Do
they
they,
guess it, go to the next one.
what would that game be like in the aisles of Target? I feel like this is a game. Is this taboo?
Um,
I
no,
just
I
learned
think it
about
was,
taboo.
oh yeah, taboo. I used to have taboo. I think it was more, I don't know what that would be. I think it would be more like charades or like
Charades.
guess who.
Guess Who? Okay.
It's like Guess
Okay.
Who? Yeah. Because when you
Okay.
get to the pyramid, so the person, because there's two groups of two. So whichever one wins, they would then go to the pyramid like finale, and they have
Fun.
a whole bunch of clues that make a pyramid. So you start at the bottom and then you make your way to the top, and each clue has a point value of money.
Okay.
And your whole goal, I think, is like to make 20 or 50,000, but they are actually, they have that now. It's a new game show. Like, I think they have it on, I think on it's like Paramount or something like that. We were watching it a couple weeks ago. It was pretty entertaining. Yeah,
Oh.
Michael Strahan hosts it. It's really good.
Oh my God, that sounds like fun. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
getting into this.
Yes. But
Okay.
you did mention Supermarket Sweep, which, oh
Oh,
my gosh, amazing.
that show, and I know we've talked about it
Hmm.
previously, but
Hmm.
damn it, that show was so good.
It
Like
was.
from the like just the stress. And I feel like,
Hmm.
and I play it every time we go to Target. I'm
Uh-huh.
there. I'm like, hey, we're gonna guess. And I'm always right on the money. And it's like,
Hmm.
God, I just was made for that show, you
Right? No, I
know?
feel like, and that's the thing, it would always piss me off that the people like, why are you getting certain things? Like, you know where the most expensive stuff is. Go put that, like the people that would get the turkeys and throw it in the cart. I'm good. Okay, now we're
Yeah.
talking,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
like go for the expensive stuff,
Oh
and
God.
I just used to get so hyped up. Oh my gosh, I love that. They need to bring that back.
So like if we were playing supermarket sweep,
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say Target because Target's got too much. It's got like
Hmm.
electronics and shit, but let's do
Right.
Safeway.
Hmm.
So like where would you run in Safeway?
Ooh, shoot. I probably would run to the alcohol section.
Definitely. I would
Yeah.
run to alcohol, I would run to baby formula and diapers,
Yes.
and I would run
Mm-hmm.
to laundry detergent.
Uh-huh.
Tide.
Yeah. Everything that pretty much isn't food.
Yeah.
Because that's the stuff that's really expensive,
Yeah.
especially baby formula. So
Yes.
between that and the alcohol, just get all like the really high end shit and then head over to the baby section. Then I'd go after that and I'd get the diapers and stuff. After that, then I'd head to the meat section with like the big, like, prime rib and stuff,
Ooh.
ribeyes and stuff. Because
Yeah.
those are always so expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
sky's the limit. But I never got people that would went to and I know certain areas they had to go. Remember, they had to go to certain aisles that had clues, which
Yes.
would give them a bigger point value at the end. But
Yes.
why am I going to go and put like all these cans in there? That's not going to add up to nothing. I'm like, stupid. Oh
Oh
my
my
God, it made me so
God.
mad. That was a good ass show.
I just loved it. I can't remember the host. Wasn't he the dad from Step by Step?
Ooh, was he? I
Patrick
don't know.
Duffy? No.
You know what? Maybe. I'm
Who
not
was
sure. I
the
can't even remember. Oh my
host
God,
of
that is so funny.
Super Da-na-na-na-na-na-na? Let's see. No,
Um,
it wasn't. Why did I think it was Patrick Duffy? How do I know his name?
who was?
It was this guy named David Martin Ruprecht. Ruprecht. He's looks
Oh,
like Patrick Duffy a little bit,
okay. Man, I
but
didn't know that. Oh my God,
ooh,
this is supposed to be
hi.
off. Hey, hi.
Good morning.
Sorry about that, friends.
I was jamming.
I know people are. Come on now, get it together. Anyways, um, it's funny. I guess I paid so much attention to the actual show. I never really paid attention to the host.
Yeah, I mean, it was just so good, and I loved how everyone always wore crew neck sweatshirts,
Right?
with their name tag. It was, and then over like a white turtleneck. It was so
Yes, exactly. With
peak
their like
90s,
mom jeans,
and their Keds.
Uh-huh. Totally. Oh my gosh. And I do know that Guy Fieri does like a spin on this show on the Food
Oh,
Network. He does,
okay.
it's like Guy Fieri's like supermarket something or something like that. So it's the same concept, but with him and there's other goals, I think. But
That's
you know,
amazing.
yeah, it is for sure. Oh my gosh. I
Ugh.
wonder if they have that somewhere because it's so good. It's funny.
Yeah, we need to look at that. But you know what I didn't
Yes.
realize about like all these shows is that so obviously we're kids and
Hmm.
we're like, oh, these shows are on TV, like they must come out and this year. No, but like
Hmm.
they were all released, like at least the Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune, and Family Feud. They've been released and re-released so many times. Like
Hmm.
Jeopardy was first and introduced to audiences in 1964, ran
Wow.
for 11 years, and then took a little breaky poo, came back out in 78, left again, and then came back out in 84. And since 1984, it hasn't stopped. So that's huge.
Dang.
And,
Yeah,
and
that
it's
is
had
huge.
and like they've got, I don't even know how much, that's as old as we are, give or take a
Hmm.
couple years. And like
Right.
they've had several hosts. We talked
Hmm.
about on our Blossom episode that Mayim Bialik was a host as well, which is so cool because she was the only female host. But
Hmm.
Alex Trebek, I think he was the longest reigning, yes, he was. He was the longest reigning host of the show. He was from 84, so when it came back until he died in 2020. So like,
Wow.
what? And then
Yeah.
right. And then now this Ken Jennings. Do you know who he is? The one who took over for Mayim Bialik? Like, who
Yeah,
is?
so he actually, I believe, was one of the highest winners of
Oh,
Jeopardy, like one of the all-time highest winners of, I don't know how
wow.
long he was there. It was like a long ass streak
Oh my
forever.
God.
Yeah. Um, and I know there was, or either that or he made the most money. Oh shit, he made 4.5 million on Jeopardy.
Oh my God. Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
just saw that. Oh my God.
He did he
Wow.
had 74 wins.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's a freaking record.
And,
See?
and
Mm.
like, I haven't even seen him in action though. Like, have you seen him do any sort of hosting? Like,
No, he doesn't seem entertaining.
he looks like a nice gentleman,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
and
He
then
looks
like
like Bob from accounting, you know?
he does. He also looks like Ariana Grande's man.
Yeah, that's true. He's probably
Like
like, hey.
like yeah. And then the guy that was supposed to do it after
Hmm.
Alex Trebek died, he had to leave because of racism, right? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah, exactly. There was a whole bunch of like stuff that was going on that they kind of got leaked or they found out about him that in the past. And yeah, it was,
whoa. I mean, there's
yeah.
just always scandal tied to TV.
Hmm.
It's a, it's
Oh, for
TV.
sure.
So, but like besides that, like, this show is so cool. It made you think. It made
Hmm.
you I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't like it as I was older because I was like, I don't want to work right now. I just want to like relax and not use my brain cells, okay?
Yes,
But
exactly.
yeah, because and I was always impressed by the people that were on the show, like how well-rounded everybody was. Like I was like,
Hmm.
wow, you had to know everything. You had to be
Yeah,
well versed in every aspect of
everything.
life. Like
Yes. Yeah.
books,
I
movie,
mean, how do you prepare for that, right? Like, have you ever seen White Man Can't Jump?
years ago.
So,
Yeah.
and remember, like Rosie Perez was studying. She was like biggest fan of Jeopardy, and she was studying to be on the show.
Bigly. Yeah, yeah.
And it's true because like you literally have to study every subject. And I don't know where I heard this from, if it was someone I knew or what, but something like that, you go through a series of testing. So you kind of have an idea of the topics that they're going to go over, and they want to see how well you could handle it. And, if you like you get a certain level or score, then you're allowed to go to the next round. So it's like it's not like you just sign up and then, oh, let's see how she does. You actually have to prove that you know this stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm. Makes
which is
sense.
crazy. Because I'd be like, if that were me, I'd be like, uh,
For real,
mhm,
especially like when it comes to, I don't know, like politics and like
mhm,
current
exactly.
events, I think we do good.
Yeah, 90s pop culture,
Yeah.
that would be great.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
the other stuff, I don't know. Take it away, Alex.
Exactly.
But
And I'd be saying, because you have to say the answer too in like a certain format.
in a
I'd
form
be
of a
just
question.
yeah, I straight up just be throwing my answer out. I'd get all confused and they'd probably be like, "You're fired." So, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's like when you play Simon Says, you have to say
Mm-hmm.
anything. It's the same idea.
Exactly.
And then
Yeah.
I didn't realize that they had so many like variations of the game either. Like they had
Mm-hmm.
like a whole bunch. They had Rock and Roll Jeopardy. They had
Mm-hmm.
Jeopardy like for sports, Celebrity
Yeah.
Jeopardy. Like where were these? Were these on daytime TV? Like where could
Yeah.
you find these shows?
They had the Game Show Network.
Oh snap.
So it's possible that that's probably where you found, because I never saw that on prime time. It was always just normal Jeopardy, right?
hmm
Um,
Oh
you know,
gosh. Sorry, I'm looking
oh,
at
that's
the
okay.
contestants from like Celebrity Jeopardy. They had like full-blown Hollywood stars. They
Mm-hmm.
had like they had Constance Wu
Oh, wow.
and some other Mira Sorvino and all these other people I don't know. Okay. Kira
No,
Sedgwick. Okay. Cynthia
yeah.
Nixon. Whoa.
Oh, wow. Hmm.
I want to
See?
watch this.
And you know what I love? And just for me, one of the things that I love about Jeopardy are the skits that SNL does
Oh.
of with Will Ferrell.
Yes, they're my
Classic.
favorite because Will Ferrell's eyebrows he would just have the most annoyed face
Yes.
and
Oh
then the
my God.
stupidest answers. They always had Sean Connery be a
Hmm.
contestant. Oh my God.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It was a classic. Classic. If you haven't seen those, you guys need to like go and check it out. And
Oh,
I think one of them too is like Jeff Goldblum is,
yes, exactly. Oh my God. And
ah, man.
best skit, hands down.
Yes, so good, so good. Another big one, and I know we've chatted a little bit about, was Family Feud. But
Mm.
there was one particular host
Oh
when
yeah.
we were younger,
Yes.
Ray Combs.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, he was like, well, he was the only, and honestly, for a long time, I didn't watch Family Feud, especially when like Steve Harvey came on board. And then there was another guy after, like after Ray Combs, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, it's not the same.
I didn't like him. I didn't my least favorite was the one that came right after Ray Combs, which was
Oh,
Lewis
yeah.
Anderson or some he was a
God rest his soul.
comedian. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't do it for me at all. I'm like, and then there was Richard Karn, which I think he was from
A TV show.
yeah. Was
Home
it?
Improvement or so wasn't he the sidekick of Tim
Yes,
Allen?
exactly. And then there was
Oh,
John Hurley, which he was just too perfect to me. He just didn't. But to me, Steve Harvey's perfect.
I agree. He's hilarious.
He
Like
is.
he is so good. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
so glad. Like I feel like they've kept it on for as long as they have because of the success. Like he's
Oh,
so
totally.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
the facial expressions that he
Mm-hmm.
gives. Oh my God, because it's
Yes.
all about that.
Uh-huh. And some of the questions or the answers
Yes.
that people answer, I'm just like, oh man, we sit there and we laugh our ass off. It's hilarious.
Ugh.
That's our thing. Presley's addicted to it.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and she's over there
adorable.
trying to like, some of the answers are scandalous.
The- yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm like, wow, this is like Family Feud 2.0.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember it being like that when we were younger. It's
Mm-mm.
definitely gotten more risque with time, especially being on
Yes.
primetime TV. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's lots of sex jokes and
Yes, big time.
innuendos.
Where people are just like so quick to say scandalous stuff, you know?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, but it's good. It's a good one. But did you ever watch Love Connection?
Oh God, yeah. That was with what's his name?
Oh,
Drew?
Chuck Woolery.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you know
Which,
what I was thinking of.
wait, what did you say?
I was thinking about Dr. Drew and
Oh,
yeah.
yes, Love Line. That was
Thank
it.
you. But yes, Chuck Woolery. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love that show and
Yes.
because I loved the concept. And I
Same
imagined
here.
that everybody did live happily ever after. God, that was a
Same here.
show.
It
Oh,
was. They need to bring that back. That was just like, I don't know, that show just, I don't know, to me, that was one of the shows that was like encapsulated the
Oh.
90s, and also because I believe it started in September of 1983. That's where it debuted, and it ended in 1994. But throughout the 90s, it was just like on repeat. It was in
Mhm.
syndication for
Yeah.
for a good minute. But I mean, I was just hooked. I freaking loved it.
And
I don't know, something so wholesome about it.
it was so wholesome. And what I loved about it is that TV, like shows got into
Hmm.
the concept and would have it would link
Yeah.
that into their episodes. Like 90210 did it.
Hmm.
Freaking, I think Married with Children did it. Like
Yeah.
it was just hilarious. Like there was
Hmm.
always dating shows, and that's where it
Yes.
came from. I have not heard the name Chuck Woolery
I know.
for 20 years
Hmm.
easily. More,
Yeah.
30.
Yeah, and he's one of those I want to say is like a staple for like, when you think of a TV host, game show host, he's one of them right there. It's like, I don't know if he was one of the guys that did Hollywood Square. I can't remember
Oh
who the
my
host was for that.
God.
Hmm.
Hollywood
Remember
Square, you need
that?
to stop it right now.
It
Oh, my
was so good.
memory is my pituitary glands being tickled right now as we talk.
Right?
Oh, I don't know if he
Right?
did that one though.
No, I can't remember who the host was for that.
What
I
a
don't remember.
wait, did Ian Ziering ever host anything? Why am I having a moment? Like, did Steve Sanders,
Hmm.
did he ever host something?
I
Like, did he
don't
do
know.
that?
Did
I
he?
feel like oh God, this is gonna bug me.
I don't know. Huh. I don't remember that, but maybe I could see him doing something like that. I could see him holding like a card, but maybe did he?
Hollywood Squares.
Oh, he did.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But okay, sorry. But he was a panelist. Okay.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't a
Gotcha.
host. That scared the crap out of me. He was on for 10 episodes though.
Wow. Oh,
Wow.
shoot. He was okay. Just like Whoopi Goldberg was. I know she was one of the famous, she was there for a while too in Hollywood Squares.
Oh my
Like they
God.
had certain ones that were on for a while.
But what was it?
So they had two contestants, and there was a like 12, I think, people on the
Yeah.
panel. And so I think one of the contestants would say something, and then the people in the squares had to guess whether or not they're telling the truth or something like that. And then yeah, I can't remember. I honestly, it was okay. I would watch it if it came on, but it wasn't like one of my favorites.
Yeah. I know of it, but I
Hmm.
didn't watch it either. Oh my
Yeah, I think
gosh.
the appeal of that show is more of like the banter between each of the actors,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
jokes and stuff that they
Oh my
would talk.
gosh.
Oh, that's what it was. I think they had to do like tic-tac-toe
Okay,
or
that makes
something in the
sense.
squares. It was something like
Okay.
that. Yeah. It was cool. I mean, it was one of those creative things that
Yeah.
90s dropped for us.
Oh my God, sorry. But the host, because now I'm over here, it was
Hmm.
somebody named Bert Parks. I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah, me neither. I
But
don't
yeah,
remember
Chuck
either.
Woolery, man.
Oh, he was a
Talk
good
about
one,
him. He's
right?
still alive.
Oh, how cute.
I'm so happy to hear that. And
Aw.
he's so handsome.
Oh, yeah. Does he look the same?
I don't see a
Hmm.
recent photograph. I just see one from 2004 and he looked great. So, but
Oh,
that's 20
wow.
years ago.
Dang.
Oh.
Aw, what a button. I love it. Oh my gosh. Dang.
Whenever I go to casinos though, the game that I always go to is the Wheel of Fortune game. That's the
Yes.
best one. That one.
Mm-hmm. That is a good one. Man, yeah. See, yeah, because you never know what price you're gonna get, or you're gonna get bankrupt.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like I loved that show. I loved Vanna White. I thought she was so glamorous.
She was.
Ugh, yeah, I loved the concept that she would just strut across and turn each letter. Like it was, and the letters itself looked like so much fun to turn. I remember like I always
Right?
wanted to touch it.
Uh-huh. I know, because I always thought she turned it,
Yeah. But
but
then
it
she
was like she
tapped
just
it.
tapped the corner.
But I remember seeing in old episodes, they would physically turn.
Yeah, I think there was a time where they just, boosted up their technology and it was
Uh,
like, okay, let's, have it be digital.
yeah.
But it's sad because this year, actually not this year, but last year in June of 2023, Pat Sajak, I guess, announced he was going to retire.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Well
Yeah,
deserved, but
for
how,
real. And
yeah,
I'm like,
who's gonna step in, do
sad.
you know?
I don't, and it might have already happened. Um, it says Pat Sajak will retire from Wheel of Fortune after more than four decades as host. Pat Sajak left, and oh, okay, they're talking about where he's. So I don't know. I'm sure it's going to be a big thing, but I don't know. It would be cool if Vanna became the host because she's someone that's familiar. I always feel like ratings, it's just like in a show, but ratings drop as soon
It,
as you change a
yes.
host.
Well, look at what happened with Dancing with the Stars. People were
Oh, big
pissed.
time. Yeah, they were.
Like there was just no yeah, getting around that.
hmm
But
Yeah.
I feel like people would might be more forgiving if it was Vanna. Was
Yeah.
she still even on the show at the very end? Wow.
hmm
How does she look?
Yes, she still looks good. Okay, now this just in, it says Ryan Seacrest is going
Of
to be the new
course.
host. And so in September 24, he will be coming on as Sajak's replacement.
Okay.
He is everywhere and then some,
I don't know how he has time to do all these hosting gigs. He's got a great
right?
face,
hmm
great teeth, a great speaking voice, so it makes the most sense and it's the safest.
hmm
I mean, better than a freaking comedian. I'm sorry.
hmm
I'm gonna segue real quick. What is up with we've already talked about this, but I'm tired of like awards shows hiring comedians to do
hmm
their hosting jobs. Like give it
Yeah.
to people like Ryan Seacrest. He's got the
hmm
comedic timing and the comedic flair,
Yeah.
but he keeps it professional and yeah, these comedians, they're getting
hmm
tired. I'm tired of them.
No, so am I. It's just like, and you're right, Ryan Seacrest. His forte, like you said, is hosting.
Yeah,
So he knows how to move shit along.
he sure
Whereas when you
does.
have, you know, I don't know. I didn't watch the Oscars last night, so I don't know how that went. But I believe was it Jimmy Kimmel
Uh-huh.
hosted? And the only thing I saw was the thing with John Cena.
What was he
Did you
naked?
see
I
that?
forget.
He was naked. He came out
Isn't he
butt
always
naked.
naked?
I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of John Cena myself. I don't like his face.
He's
But
yeah.
yeah, he came out just wearing the cue cards. And I don't know, it was so cheesy. I was like, ugh. But I have to agree. I personally don't like seeing people feel uncomfortable when there's jokes talked or, I'm there to watch the show. I'm not there to see like your stand up.
Yeah, and I think that what I heard is that he made fun of Robert Downey Jr. and his drug problem that his former drug problem. It's like, what's the point of that? And I
Yeah.
think Robert Downey Jr. actually won last
Mm-hmm.
night, and
Oh,
that
really?
that has to be kind of overshadowing that fact. It's disgusting. I'm tired. Has
Yeah.
anyone seen Joe Coy since like that debacle? Because
Mm-mm.
oh no, like
No.
people they don't learn. They don't
Yeah.
learn.
I wouldn't even, if I was a comedian, I wouldn't even take the job. I feel it's kind of like either you're gonna get like major accolades for it or it's gonna be like suicide,
Yeah.
in some ways for your career.
Ugh, I'm tired of it. I mean, again, if you're gonna get a comedian, give it to Ellen. These
hmm
men don't know how to act.
I agree.
Next.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's just kind of cringy.
Oh my God. But yeah. Wheel of Fortune, okay, maybe I'll
hmm
watch to see how Ryan Seacrest does.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, I think. So,
hmm He is. I
I
think that
mean,
he'll do good.
also it's just again, I hope that he does because then this will be on for the next 20 years. It's amazing.
And I think I would hope that he would realize that,
Yeah.
you know, because I think that he's tried a lot of things in the past and he's done a lot of things and it's only been like momentarily, like in a moment in time. He's done American Idol, he did this, he did Kelly and Ryan. And then now he's gonna do this. So I mean this is something that's like stability. If you knock it out the park, he could be there for the next 20 years.
And cushy job too.
Completely, you know? So, I mean, everybody loves that show. So it's already made its spot in like American culture, you know?
Definitely. I mean, all of these have that we've talked
Hmm.
about today. They're just
For real.
amazing. And yeah, I
Any
mean,
honorable mentions?
let's see. I mean, I do want to give an honorable mention to a couple that we've already talked about in the past. Because
Hmm.
I'm sorry, what's it called? Not Double Dare.
Oh, Legends of the Hidden Temple? That
No,
one?
the one with the Double Dare show. Was it called Double
Oh
Dare?
yeah, Double Dare.
That one,
That was good.
because it had the the trivia portion, and then you
Hmm.
did the obstacle course.
Yes.
So anything that has an obstacle course is gonna get an honorable mention.
Oh, for sure.
Um,
Like American Gladiator.
wow. See, I never watched that
Oh
because it
man.
scared me.
It was so good. You know, I didn't like watching it because I myself, I don't I don't know. The way they were was a little scary. Like I just didn't but it was very entertaining. When I did have it on, I was like, oh, okay. You know, I wanted to see them get to the end. Maybe because I couldn't see myself doing an obstacle, so I was just like, you know,
Right.
but it was good. It was a good show. They had a big following, so mm.
Is that your honorable mention?
Yeah, either that or win, lose, or draw. Because I
Ooh.
still like to do that today.
Oh God, that was a good show. How long did that go for?
Win, lose, or draw. I don't think that was on very long.
It's
Hold
always the
on.
short-lived ones that we love.
Yeah, and it's like, why are they not paying attention to the room? You know? So it
Yeah.
started in 1987, and I think it lasted like maybe into the early 90s. It doesn't say how long it went on for, but man, I loved it because
Oh,
they mixed celebrities with regular people
right.
too.
No, and
Hmm.
it lasted almost 10 years. I see here that the last episode was in 92.
Oh
So
wow.
that's pretty cool. And the thing is like this game is perfect for people that know how to draw. So like
Hmm.
you would do great with this game. I would not, unless the clue is a draw a cat, draw a house, draw
You're
a
funny.
rose.
No, and you know what though? It's crazy because when I'm under that pressure, because I love to play that at home. Like Presley and I have it's the same thing as like what's the actual game? Pictionary. So it's the
Mm.
same concept, right? But I can't think. Like when you have a time frame and it's like the pressure is on. My cat's over here looking like a cow. Like I just can't. I'm like, how do you? Oh, you know, it's just so. But this show in particular, it wasn't just about the game itself. It was the actual paper they had, the markers they would use. There was a whole bunch of
Yes.
ASMR going on. The
The
way they flipped over
I,
the freaking paper,
you
you
took it
know,
right out of my mouth. Just yes, exactly. Oh my
it was a
God.
vibe. Oh,
Oh God,
yes,
I
so
totally
good.
forgot about that show.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
bring it
There's a
back.
lot. We could go on and on.
But yeah, but
But
this was definitely just a little, we wanted to do just a mention about some of these game shows because they're still here. They've stood the test of time. So well
for
done,
sure.
everybody. Well done.
I agree. Yeah, it was and it's always nice to see them come up every now and then and just kind of like reminisce and remember the good old days.
And it's nice to see them being honored in TV shows and in movies too, because that means
Hmm.
that they've definitely made an impression. So,
Oh yeah, hands down. And you know, I will say like there are a lot of new game shows coming up, and there
mhm.
is one game show that is so good that's new and I don't know, but it's called oh my God, it just slipped my brain.
Oh shit.
Oh, this is not good. Now it's gonna bug me. I will let everybody know in the next episode on Fridays with Neen what the name of that damn show is, but it's with Jeannie Mai. And hold on, I could Google this real quick because it's worth a watch and it's entertaining. Because I'm telling you, it's like, okay, I'm gonna explain to you real quick. It's a show where there's a bunch of prizes in a room, and you have a certain amount of time to get all the prizes out into another room. And whatever you get, if you make it out those doors without them closing, you win it all.
Mm.
And Tony and I are like, we could totally do this because it seems like it's like within reach because it's very realistic. The name of the show is Raid the Cage. So if anybody has time, it's on CBS, and I believe they have the old season out, the new season's coming up, but it reminds me of old school goodness from the 90s because it's so entertaining. And they come up with trivia. So they actually, in the beginning, in order to get time, they give you trivia you have to solve. And we would so be good at that stuff because it says like TV shows from the 90s and
Oh,
like 60 seconds to answer the clues.
amazing.
Yeah, and it's just, oh my God. So if you have time, it's a good,
Yes.
like if you're doing
Okay.
laundry, have it in the
Put it
back.
on. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you for
So
the
yeah,
recommendation. Did you guys all
yeah,
get that? All right, let's
yeah.
do this.
But anyways, no, this was fun. We could go on
Oh,
for a while with this because there's so
yeah.
many other ones.
I know. I know. We might do a second parter, so stay tuned for
Yeah,
that. But thank you
exactly.
guys so much for listening. Hope you guys
Thank
all have a
you.
great Wednesday. It's
Yeah. Happy
make
hump
it
day.
and that is all.
Yeah, hopefully you get some humping in. Just kidding. I
Oh
don't know.
yeah, she took
Yeah,
it
like
there.
I did.
All right, guys, have a
Anyways.
great one. Catch you on the flip side.
Oh yeah. Peace out, buddies. Woo, woo.
I can't find the stop button. Hold on. Oh.